Why did Halley Bailey go from a courtroom standoff with DDG to cozying up on a yacht with Kendrick Lamar's producer, Scott Bridgeway, in what felt like the blink of an eye? That single photo, sunlit smiles, bodies close, waves crashing behind them, didn't just break the internet. It broke the narrative. For fans still processing the chaos of restraining orders and custody filings, Halley's sudden shift into a new romance raised more than eyebrows. It raised questions, not just about timing, but about trauma, identity, and the quiet ache that sometimes drives our loudest choices. Just weeks ago, Halley and DDG's relationship had dissolved into courtrooms, paperwork, and protective orders. It wasn't just a breakup, it was a public unraveling. Now, suddenly, she's radiant on a yacht, tethered to a new man while her old wounds remain fresh. Is this confidence, or camouflage? Psychologists have a name for it: transitional relationships, a coping mechanism dressed in affection. When a breakup leaves behind emotional wreckage, some dive into new connections, not for love, but for relief. That rush of validation, the comfort of closeness, it dulls the sting, even if just for a moment. But these patterns don't just appear out of nowhere. They stem from something deeper: attachment styles formed in childhood. According to John Bowlby's attachment theory, those with anxious, preoccupied tendencies often fear being alone so deeply, they'll tether themselves to anyone who makes the silence feel less unbearable. It's not about the person. It's about the panic of emptiness. And in Halley's case, there's more at stake than heartbreak. Her infant son, Halo, is growing in the background of the storm. He's not scrolling timelines or reading headlines, but he's feeling every shift. Experts like Dr. Alan Shore have found that babies don't just react to their mother's mood, they regulate their emotions based on it. When a caregiver is emotionally fragmented, children feel it in their bodies. Elevated stress hormones, disrupted sleep, fractured trust. In this fragile stage of development, consistency isn't just comforting, it's essential. And when a mother is pulled between heartbreak and new romance, it's not just her heart that's caught in the middle. Still, it's not as simple as blaming Halley. Human beings aren't built for loneliness. And when you've survived a toxic dynamic that reportedly required legal boundaries, the hunger to feel chosen again is powerful. Not out of ego, but to reclaim the parts of yourself the last relationship chipped away. But even as new beginnings bloom, something lingers. Because sometimes, what looks like empowerment is really avoidance dressed in confidence. And what feels like a fresh start is just the next distraction. We live in a culture that demands women either heal quietly or jump back into the dating pool as proof of resilience. There's no acceptable space for simply pausing. So when Halley steps onto that yacht, is it a celebration of freedom or a detour from reflection? Meanwhile, DDG's own rebound with Instagram model India Love has been met with indifference. No outcry, no online dissection, just another man moving on business as usual. But when Halley takes a similar step, suddenly she's reckless, irresponsible, unstable. This isn't just about who's dating who, it's about what society expects from women, especially mothers. It's what psychologists call maternal idealization, the belief that moms should sacrifice to the point of invisibility. Fathers get forgiven, mothers get judged. The truth is, both Halley and DDG are navigating the ruins of a collapsed relationship. But while DDG gets to move quietly, Halley is put on trial for every public smile, every boat ride, every new connection. And in the silence between headlines, Halo is watching, even if he doesn't yet understand what he's seeing. He's absorbing, learning, shaping his own definition of love, safety, and what it means when the people who are supposed to be stable aren't. At the heart of this, there's one haunting question: is Halley choosing connection because she genuinely feels something deep, or because the silence terrifies her? Psychologists like Dr. Stan Tacken say that relationships are mirrors. If you haven't unpacked the pain of your past, you'll simply carry it forward, disguised as something new. If you haven't learned to comfort your own loneliness, you'll seek someone else to do it for you. And the cycle continues. Maybe Halley thinks she's moving forward. Maybe she is. But healing isn't measured by who shows up next. It's measured by what you do with the quiet. Because if you're running from it, the emptiness always finds a way back. And when it does, it doesn't just echo in your own chest, it vibrates through the life of the child beside you. Halley may believe she's chasing love, but maybe the love she's looking for was never in someone else's arms. Maybe it's the love she hasn't yet given herself, because no new man, no picture-perfect yacht, no curated Instagram story can soothe the wounds you haven't faced. And while Halo may be too young to speak, his spirit is listening, watching, waiting to see what story his mother writes, not just for herself, but for him.